Thank you both very much. I appreciate it. You never think about making this end speech, and it comes faster than you think. First of all, it seems so far away, now all of a sudden it's here. And so then I was wondering when I thought I had to say some things, like who is my audience, right? Because that's always important when we speak, when we give voice to what is in us. Like what am I trying to move? Who am I trying to move? What am I trying to achieve with these words? And then I just kind of reflected, that's hopefully how I've tried to serve here, is really trying to find something that brings us together, something that can touch every one of us and remind us all of our shared humanity. When I never intended to run for politics. When I was on the Stockton City Council for 2 terms. And when I came to the legislature, I was on the council of a city that was going into bankruptcy, where we had unsustainable structures in our contracts. We were cutting police and closing libraries in the year that we were breaking the record with 70 violent murders from guns. It was, you could feel it palpable on the streets, the distrust and the misery that we all felt at that time. And Stockton was voted the most miserable city in the United States. So when I came here, it was with a real mission. Like, how do I make my constituents feel seen? How do I make them know they're being represented? That somebody is speaking for them, that somebody sees them and is going to try to make things better in all kinds of different ways for them. And my way of being able to do that is inviting you along on my journey with me and entering into relationship with me. So then hopefully the things that I try to advance, you can see them in your constituents and in your lives, that we try together collectively to make people better. We are so privileged to work in a place like this where we actually have the means to help people, to change things, to move a position forward. And don't pigeonhole yourself. Never pigeonhole yourself. I came in as an educator, as a social worker. I have chaired the Agriculture Committee twice. I have chaired local government. I have chaired oversight and accountability. I have chaired the caucus. I have been the chair of the LGBTQ caucus, the women's caucus in 2018. That was no fun. And all of that, hopefully, you bring yourself to it, that how do we do our best in every kind of place? How do we be the utility player that California needs us to be? As folks know, people mentioned when I came in, Renee and I had been together for decades, and I had no intention of having children. And in June, her sister contacted us and said, "I think I'm dying." And we said, "You're not." And she did within 2 months. And so in August of my first term, 2013, I became a parent of an almost 5-year-old. And the following month, my dad died of a massive stroke. So as we sit in these places, we are living every day. And how we bring ourselves to that occasion, and how do we bring our whole selves to that occasion. So again, we're not just working about passing a bill. I'm very proud of the legislation I passed. End of Life Option Act. Right to repair. We got the safe injection site to the Governor Brown's desk and he vetoed it. The conservatorship stuff I've done. All the work that I've done with you. And I'm grateful for the support and trust that you've all placed in me. And I want to say a huge shout out to my staff. My chief of staff, David Stammerjohn, who's been with me since the beginning. I've had a consistent district staff my entire time here. The young people we've been able to pull up and mentor and really hopefully teach people what public service is about, what public policy is about, and may all of us always hold on to that so we can continue to instill in our constituents that in California, your government sees you and feels you and does everything it can to make your life better without harsh words, with finding ways to reach across and not divide. We are always stronger together. And I thank you for your friendship.
Thank you, Senator Eggman, for your 12 years